What's going on, everybody? Jimmy Like Halo here, back again, and today we're talking about the last part of the Master Chief Collection, Halo Reach. Now, Halo Reach was Bungie's last Halo game they were making for Microsoft on the Xbox 360, and it was 2 years after ODST, their second spin-off, but less so of a spin-off, more of a mainline game. It just happened to be a prequel to all of them before, and they mention Reach the planet in the Halo games like Halo 1 since it takes place directly after it in the story. They're like, oh, we should end it all off by where it all began. I thought that was a great idea. Now, Halo Reach has probably changed for Bungie, changed up the formula of the Halo games the most because they added like little things like akimbo and different kinds of grenades and abilities in Halo 3, but not quite like they did in Halo Reach, where there were the armor abilities when they had armor lock and sprint, and the most controversial one being sprint because Halo never had sprint before, and people felt like, oh, this is like some weird. It sped up the game when it didn't really fit the arena type of thing they had before. But the maps that they made in Halo Reach, I feel, uh, fit that playstyle well because you didn't always have sprint. It was an ability. So the fact that you had an ability was giving you that advantage. If you had armor lock, you have that advantage. If you have jetpack, it's that advantage, right? Every different one has its own thing. Whereas in Halo 4, it wasn't like that because you always had sprint no matter what ability you had. But also with that armor thing, they also had like the start of loadouts, which what those armor things were in the multiplayer. You pick up those armor abilities. You start out with one of them. Depends on the mode you're playing, obviously, but you'd always start out with the same weapons, like the DMR or AR, depending on the mode, if it was SWAT or regular Team Slayer. But yeah. So these armor pickups are in the campaign. You usually start with one, but you can find them on the map, and it's fun to mess around with them. I don't think they're a bad addition, like some people think or anything, but I just think they're cool. They innovate, and not in a bad way, just a more unique and interesting way. But yeah, that's about what I have to say about that. I'm now gonna show what the game actually looks like. Now, this game was in 2011, so it was like a late 360 game. And that being true, not like the other Halos didn't already look good, but this game particularly, even though this is a newer version on the Master Chief Collection, I think looks really well. The game holds up really well in its original state. This is just a better way to play it. But yeah, once again, Bungie having their really good art styles, aging really well. Even if it, like Halo's, being slightly more realistic, the game still looks and plays really well to this day. Now, one of my favorite parts of this game is, unlike ODST, you're back to being a Spartan, but you're not, Master Chief Spartan. You're your own Spartan that you get to customize, right? And the Spartan that you get to customize, you unlock in the original game. You would get points, like even in campaign scoring, you could earn points. Playing multiplayer games, more you win, the more kills you get more points. And playing Firefight as well, which came back in this game, you get more points. And every time you get those points, it contributes to your rank and your credits. So when you get those points for the credits, then you can buy more armor equipment and change your design of your character, and it looks really cool. That's one of the most addictive parts of playing the game, was just making your character look cooler, which they had elements of in Halo 3's multiplayer, but this game is like it's in the campaign. The multiplayer firefight is throughout the whole game. It's your character is this Spartan fighting. I thought was really cool. But not just that, the campaign's characters, one of them being literally your character, Noble 6. You have Noble 1 Carter, Noble 2 Kat, you have Emil, George, and June, and they're all have unique personalities and identities in their own armor. Emil being my favorite because of his skull EVA helmet. That's what I wear on my character. But yeah, characters are good. Soundtrack in Halo Reach is one of the best for sure. Like I said, these abilities like sprint doesn't matter to me because one, it's slower in this game, and two, in its ability, so it's not like it ruptures the game. Also in Halo Reach, they brought back the energy shield underneath. They have the health bar like Halo 1 did, except it regenerates a little bit better, and there's health packs you can pick up on the map and stuff. So yeah, overall still good. That's all I have to say about this campaign. It's probably my favorite, if not Halo 2's. I'm still have a hard time deciding. They're both just really good. And yeah, moving on to the multiplayer. So for Halo Reach multiplayer, like I mentioned earlier, basically, depending on the mode, of course, you would select your loadout, and each of them have a different armor ability. So, like I said, there's sprint, armor lock, jetpack. There's like a clone hologram one, which nobody ever used because it wasn't that good. The elites had evade. Um, in this really fun multiplayer mode that was only ever in Reach, Invasion, my favorite mode on this map, Boneyard. It was so much fun to play. There was also the Forge custom ones. But yeah, this mode is one of my favorites. Active camo is another ability. That's what I was forgetting. But the way like it works when you get to play as elites and they have all their armors and the Spartans get to face them, and it's like a massive. I think for a Halo at least 12v12 is I think is what it was. I don't think it was 10v10. I'm pretty sure it's 12v12. I could be wrong. It might be 10v10. But anyway, more players than usual because normally it's 4v4. So that is a lot. And there's a whole bunch of vehicles you could use. And if you ever played Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, the Gardens and Graveyards mode is literally exactly this. This is what it's copying. The vehicles in this game, all the redesigns and stuff. The DMR is a new weapon, also very cool. There's really nothing to complain about in this game for me. Like the multiplayer maps are great, the mechanics are great, like everything progression wise is one of the best, if not the best in the series. I mean, there's really what more can I say? It's just this is the Halo game I probably spent the most time playing multiplayer, most time playing in general. So it's very special. It's actually the first Halo game I ever owned and really played. And now a story about that before I get into a little bit of the firefight stuff is, as you can see, this is my really lousy job printing out a cover of Halo Reach when I got this, because my dad actually meant to get me Halo Wars from GameStop, right? This is for my birthday, like years and years ago. But the GameStop employee, he was actually legendary. Instead of putting the Halo Wars disc in here, he put the Halo Reach disc. Now these discs do not look super different, but I mean, it's a completely different color. He must have just saw Halo and slapped it in there. But hey, I'm glad he wasn't paying attention because I got to play Halo Reach. So I'm not gonna play. But it was kind of funny because later on, like you can see here, I ended up getting Halo Wars because I actually really like this game. I do like it more than the second one, which is kind of an unpopular opinion. A lot more people like the second game, but I don't know. My opinion is I like the first one better. I will make a video on that one next before Halo 5. Um, and yeah, the story of Halo Reach was a pretty fun one. I love Halo Reach, love Halo Wars, love all the Halos. Um, that's all about it I have to say about that. So yeah, just like Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach brought back the firefight, and this one was different from ODST in which there was more like preset settings you could do, like bottomless clip and like infinite ammo, like super overcharged overshield and like really fun stuff like that that me and my friends always messed around with. You could also in this Master Chief Collection there was like challenges you could get for gold skins at the time, and you could just set on all these modifiers and it would count towards it even though you completely goofed your way, cheesed your way through it. But like I said, yeah, it was just a fun little survival wave-based mode like before to mess around with, this time in Reach. Oh yeah, there was another one, the Medic. It had like a drop. Is this a drop shield? Yeah. There's a lot of armor abilities. They added more in Halo 4, which I'll talk about in that video. But yeah, basically Halo Reach's firefight is a more fleshed out version, I feel like, of ODST's firefight. More fun. I like some of these maps I like playing on more, some of the ODST maps I like more, but overall I like the mechanics of this one better because it's in the Halo Reach mechanics. But yeah, that's most of the stuff I had to talk about this game. One of my favorite games of all time, favorite FPSs, one of my favorite Halos. And yeah, very important to me in my childhood and still now to this day I still love this game. And yeah, next video will be, I believe, Halo 4, and then I'll do Halo Wars. But yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.